Hey, do you guys have your coffee? If you registered properly for the webinar, like I asked you to, then you got a coupon code to go to Starbucks and buy coffee on us. Okay? But if you didn't, what we decided to do was extend the coupon code until after the webinar. So when this is over, if you would like to go get yourself a coffee on us, then just go into our Solopreneur to CEO Facebook group, and it's there. So it's on our system, but I know that I don't have to worry about you guys. But go get whatever drink you want, beverage of your choice at Starbucks, and enjoy it on us. But just make sure take a picture and tag me and use hashtag Front Row CEO. Post it on social media. That would be fantastic. So I'm using Ecamm Live today. I normally use StreamYard because it's a little bit, I love Ecamm Live, but StreamYard allows me to pull people in for conversation, like literally real time, and I love that. And it also, I can see comments a little better. I'm not really able to follow your comments, but what we're doing is I could see some. So, hi, Wendy. No, Wendy's not here. I think that's an older comment. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I've got Nika over here is in Zoom in another window. And so she's going to let me know if you have any questions that I need to see, because I want to make sure and answer every single one of them. We're just going to jump right in then if that's all good with you guys. So let me share my screen. And hold on. Okay. I got to get a grip over here. Okay. Welcome to the automated, let me position that, the automated hiring and systems framework. Discover the Front Row CEO system to streamline your business in just 6 weeks. I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from being stuck and unable to scale your business, feeling stretched too thin, and feeling uncertain about what to do next, to creating enough space for yourself to do what you love by outsourcing and systemizing to finally scale your business. And if you weren't able, this whole week, we've been doing this whole training series called Solopreneur to CEO Secrets. And these trainings are still available for you to binge watch, along with all the PDFs that went with them. And Nika's also going to put that underneath the screen right now, in case you want to go and catch that. And that will be up until the end of the day today. But here's the thing, and my heart is beating so fast as I say this, because I have never done anything like this. But if you stay with me until the end, I'm going to be telling you about a mic drop bonus that I just added to the program, that I think I'm going to break the internet. I have never seen anybody offer anything like what I am going to offer to you. So go ahead. You know the drill. Turn off all the distractions. And let's talk about whether or not you even need to be here today. You're in the right place if you're excited about letting go of all those tasks that you really don't like doing, so that you could create more time doing what you love, doing the stuff that moves the needle in your business. You're in the right place if you're ready to create systems in your business so that anybody at any time could step in and run your color by number business. And you're in the right place if you're ready to stop working in your business and start working on it. So which one of these are you? And just put it in the chat if you would. Are you excited about scaling, ready to systemize, ready to go and ready to let go of tasks that you don't like, or all of the above? Whatever your reason for being here today and wanting to finally step out of overwhelm, I fully support you. And if you've been in the Solopreneur to CEO workshop this week, we may have already gotten acquainted, but many of you are new friends. So let me take just a second to introduce myself. My name is Jen Lehner, and I'm a digital marketing and systems strategist, also an adjunct college professor of digital marketing. And this is my family over here on the left. And I have a community called The Front Row and a podcast and a private mastermind by the same name. I think many of you are in my private mastermind. Connie, you're number 4. I see. That was all of the above, right? So I think a lot of you are in my Front Row mastermind, and I also have a private mastermind by the same name. And the philosophy of living life on the front row is something I take into everything I do. I believe that life is just too short to be anywhere but the front row in life and in business. And this picture was taken not too long ago, and I think it perfectly captures what it means to be a CEO living in the front row. I mean, you don't get much more front row than the edge of the ocean, right? But also in that moment, I was working. I was hosting a retreat for women all over the world. I didn't have a care at all about what was happening in the rest of my business at that moment because my VAs were not only holding down the fort, things were humming along beautifully. Clients were being cared for, emails were being sent, content was being created, money was still coming in. But my first 2 years in business, I was a hot mess, and I was a solopreneur doing every single solitary thing myself. And the thing is, I was good at all of those things. I was good at tech, social media, all of it. So most of the things I could do myself. And then I realized I was absolutely stuck inside my business. I was gaining very little traction. I mean, how could I? I was spending days setting up webinar software and funnels and opt-in pages and connecting them with my email service provider and all that stuff. So it's really no wonder that I wasn't moving forward. When I finally decided to hire a VA, I did so because I finally realized that if 90% of my days were spent as a technician, then guess what I was? I was a technician, not a CEO, not a visionary, not a creator. So I was not profitable. There was no logical reason for me to decide that that was the right time, but I hired my first VA, and very soon things began to move. Within just a couple of months after handing my VA all of my social media responsibilities, my newsletters, scheduling, new client onboarding, and all the tech of all the webinars and all that stuff, I was finally able to step into my business each day and work on the stuff that matters. Suddenly, I had time to really conjure up a plan to go after some big names for my podcast, like James Altucher and Seth Godin and Gary Vaynerchuk. I created a live event, launched a high-end group coaching program, created a physical product, created exciting joint venture opportunities, created a membership site, and a lot of other courses. And guess what? All this has exponential growth. I mean, what do you think happened after I got these big names on my podcast? Do you think it was easier for me to get more big names on my podcast? Of course it was. The door swung wide open, but I never, ever could have created that leverage without having the space and the time to do it. So now 90% of the admin and marketing work is done by my VAs. Everything we do in our business more than once becomes a system. And any new person that I add to our team can be processed by the existing team. And so what I want to tell you right now, which is insane, is that we are in the middle of the biggest launch in our business's history, okay? This is a very complex, complicated launch that we're in the middle of right now. And guess what we're doing at the same time? We had a rare opportunity come our way for a wonderful VA to start in our business. And is the timing perfect? No, the timing is terrible. But we didn't sweat it for 1 second because we were able to onboard this new VA because we have systems to do so. So this VA is going to be happily working, busy as a bee while we're launching. She's getting onboarded and trained using our system. So, I mean, I'm definitely walking the talk right here. Can you imagine stepping into your business each day knowing that all of the admin stuff, the tech stuff, the marketing stuff, the customer service stuff was being handled systematically so that you could focus only on the work that lights you up, that truly grows your business? I know you might be thinking that you can't afford a VA. Now, first of all, I believe you can not only afford a VA, you can't afford not to hire a VA. I think of having a VA being as fundamental in your business as having Wi-Fi and electricity. We wouldn't think about opening up shop without Wi-Fi and electricity, but somehow we miss this piece, the part about the help and the systems. And here's the thing, you guys. In terms of actual affordability, you have a couple of options. You could stay local and hire somebody for just a few hours a week. That's certainly an option. Or you could hire somebody in the Philippines and leverage the exchange rate. So I wanted to share something with you. A few months ago, I had mentioned to Nika, my head VA, that Social Media Week was coming. And this year, since I'm a social media strategist, I thought we should probably do something around that. I forgot, like every time social media comes, I'm always like, Social Media Week, I'm like, oops, forgot to do something. So I just mentioned it to her and then left it alone. And I came into work, I don't know, one day, let's say like a week later, and she had an entire campaign laid out for me. All I had to do was literally show up in the live stream room and press the go live button. This small campaign ended up bringing in several $1,000s for us. It cost me zero time, and it also was a great free content piece for my audience. They totally loved it. So I'm gonna just play, and you're gonna hear her talking really fast. That's because we made it. She doesn't talk like a chipmunk normally, but here we go.
Okay, I'm on. Hi, Jen. So I was thinking with our social media week for next week, I would like to suggest that we're going to do the same with creating an event in our Facebook business page, and then you're going to schedule the video so we can have the link ready, and we could use that link if we're going to send out an email and for whatever reasons that we could use it. And then I'm going to put everything for every day. So yeah, but I was thinking that you're gonna use Restream because you wanna also go live in Twitter, YouTube, etc. So let me know if that's the scheduling will also work with Restream, so we could continue with this. But I kind of like this idea because it's already in our Facebook page, and when we went live with this, I think a lot of people are in. Be a link here and what you're gonna cover for each for this topic, and then for the upcoming events, yeah, with a link to the Twitter, Instagram, Twitter screening upcoming. So
Okay, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you get the idea, right? Like she had done every single thing. The opt-ins, the landing pages, like everything. And it was such a joy. And that's Nika's doing stuff like that all the time. That's just one solid example that I have to show you. And here's some of the other pieces of the campaign that went with that. She created these awesome freebies, like a checklist and an Instagram stories guide and all sorts of goodies. And then our part-time graphics person took every blog post, and by part-time, 20 hours a week. And you think, oh, I can't keep someone busy for 20 hours a week doing graphic design. Yes, you can. If you're in this kind of industry that we're all in, where, everything is done through the computers, and we're constantly generating landing pages and social media graphics and lead magnets, you certainly can. I wasn't sure about it, but then I realized I probably could do it for 40 hours, but 20 hours is sufficient for this. But here's the thing. The first thing that she did was she went and got all of my old content that was still relevant, like evergreen content, blog posts and so forth. And she created a content upgrade, a freebie for every single, live stream that was substantial, and every blog post and podcast. So now I've got some consistent list building happening now. And then on an as needed basis, I have a very affordable VA named Josh who edits and optimizes all of our videos for YouTube. So maybe you've hired a VA before, but the person just frankly wasn't any good. Here's the thing. A lot of people make the mistake of posting an ad for a VA and listing all the tasks and job responsibilities and all of that, and end up disappointed. If you want a color by number business, you have to start with a color by number hiring, training, and onboarding system. So this is my signature system for hiring and training a VA. Now, when you look, all the little the little images along the way they represent PDFs and templates that go with every single step of this process, okay? So it is truly plug and play. And this is, Nika's going to put a link down below of an overview of this process. Those PDFs are available in the course in the Front Row CEO program that I'm going to tell you about in the end. But what I want you to see is that it looks complicated, but this is a system that basically runs itself. The first time you do it, you'll be more involved, but the second time you do it, when you're ready to add a second person to your team, you'll practically have no hand in the process. What you're looking at is a system that creates systems. So I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit. The secret in this process involves asking applicants very specific questions on an initial application combined with a test task framework. I have to slow down to say that because it's a tongue twister. And by the time the applicant goes through this process, what's left at the end are only the people who meet your exact qualifications and who are in your exact price range. You're never going to spend a lot of time with back and forth emails, setting up interviews, and with a bunch of unqualified applicants. Now you might be thinking, I don't even know what I would do once I hired somebody. I don't know what I'd give them. I just don't have time for this. Color by number is possible from the get-go. Not only is my hiring process systemized and mostly automated, so is the hiring and training. So once a candidate is selected, we build in a 1-week trial period. Usually we have at least 2 people who are so good that we put more than one person through the trial week. Because again, you guys, remember, it's super duper ridiculously affordable. So the first task we give during this trial period is to create a system. Now that sounds a little bit daunting, but what is a system really? It's just a checklist. So our very automated process asks them to create a system for us. And guess what happens as they are creating the system? They are learning to do whatever that thing is, okay? So many solopreneurs think they have to teach everything to their VAs and they worry about the time commitment. But even here, things are automated. As long as you hire the right VA, that VA can learn anything from a YouTube video, a course that you've purchased, and they can create and execute a system for this and to live inside your business for as long as you need it to. Here's the one thing that I really want to be louder than anything else that I say today. Becoming the true CEO of your business means that you are no longer spinning your wheels and stuck in overwhelm, but instead you understand that you must outsource and systemize to truly scale. Would you like me to teach you how to hire your perfect match VA who will also systemize your business? You showed up today because maybe you know you need to take that next step of hiring a VA, but you're scared to take that leap. Or maybe you feel stuck. You're either so busy with clients and customers, you've hit a ceiling, or you've just not been able to get lift off and aren't really making much money, if any, at all. Or maybe you're tired. You're tired of being the one who has to do everything in your business. And just tired, like actually physically and emotionally tired. You want to show up as the CEO in your business. You are ready to scale things up and see your vision become a reality. So, as far as I see it, you really have 2 options. I mean, it's hard to argue with these 2 options. You either stay where you are and your business continues along the path that it's on and you do every single thing in your business, or you 100% commit to hiring a VA and systemizing your business. Like I really feel very strongly there is no in between here. There's not a 50% commitment to hiring your VA. That 50% commitment to hiring your VA is maybe what happened the last time you tried to hire a VA and it didn't work out. So if you're ready to take the next steps to scale your business and you'd like a roadmap to do this, I would love to personally invite you to Front Row CEO. Front Row CEO is the only implementation program of its kind that not only shows you exactly how to hire, train, and manage a virtual assistant, but how to leverage your VA to create systems inside your business so that you can scale your business to its fullest potential. By the end of this 6-week program, you will have hired your first VA, onboarded your VA, and created your first and most important systems in your business. So, here's the modules: laying the groundwork, outsourcing, onboarding and managing. Then module 4 is all about the systems. We've got 4 live support calls, which are, we call those board meetings, of course, because we're CEOs. And then there's a super active private community where Nika and I basically challenge ourselves to see who can answer your question the fastest. We received loads of great feedback our last round of this program. And the same goes with the feedback that you leave us within the course. There's a place under every lesson where you can comment, ask questions, and either Nika or myself swoop in, and we don't want you to wait at all. And we're very, very responsive. So I love bonuses, so I want to offer you a bonus. So in addition to the complete Front Row CEO training system, 4 training modules from preparing to hire to management and systems creation, videos, PDF guides, flowcharts, checklists, and transcripts. Bonus number 1 includes complete tutorials and templates for all of the systems that I use in my business, including content planning, project planning, live streaming, new member onboarding, inbox management, and podcast production. And like I said earlier, when I hired my first VA, I was not profitable. And I'm not special either, by the way. I didn't have access to exclusive experts, technology, or resources. I just have a proven system that I follow every single time I add a new VA to our team. And I know for a fact that if I can do it, so can you. The complete Front Row CEO training program is valued at $2,977. And of course, that is the 4 training modules from prepping to hire to management and systems creation, the videos, the PDF guides, the flowcharts, the checklists, and the transcripts. Bonus 1, the complete tutorials and templates for all of the systems I use in my business. And that's a value of $997. And then bonus number 2, which I am jumping up and down about, and that is a special graduation bonus. It's a course that we created called Front Row VA. And this is basically us training your VA for you. It's filled with some fundamental trainings that every virtual assistant needs, but there's like tech stuff, but there's also trainings and insights from my team that's going to help your new VA to anticipate your needs. So not just tech training, but professional development as well. And of course, there's a third bonus. This is a hard copy Front Row CEO content planning system that will be mailed to you the old-fashioned way, directly to your mailbox. And it looks just like a planner, like a regular planner, but this is a whole content creation system that allows you to create 3 months worth of strategic content in just a couple of hours. I just walked the women at my retreat recently through this entire system a couple of weekends ago, and they all got on the plane with 3 months worth of strategic content completed. Before I started this webinar, though, we only had 3 of these left. These are for the full payment option only, so be aware of that. And I've got some testimonials that I want to share with you. I've got a couple of written ones, but then I want to play a couple of short videos too, because I could sit here all day long and tell you what I think, but I think it matters a lot more if you hear it from people who've actually been through the course. So Lindsay says, this course makes me feel like a huge weight and burden of finding help has lifted off my shoulders, and the step-by-step instructions make it so clear and easy to implement. I didn't know if I was ready to hire a VA. And being in this program for just a week, I know I'm ready, and I can't wait to find my perfect match VA. Lindsay did find her perfect match VA. That was back in October. Things are going fantastic. I just talked to her like a week ago, and she's looking to make him full-time. He's currently at 20 hours a week. And over here on the right is April Pertwee. She found her perfect match VA. And at the time, she said, I just hired her for 20 hours a week ongoing, and I could not be more thrilled or thankful for this course, for Jen and Nika, and all of the attention to detail you've shared with us to ensure our success and proper onboarding procedures. And again, since then, April is thrilled to death with her VA, still with her, and reports that everything is going well and wants to make her full-time as well. Belinda says, this program was incredibly valuable to me. Not only do I have my perfect match VA, the course has caused me to be more deliberate about my work, how I talk about it, and how it's organized so that I can delegate it to my VA. And Janet says, there were so many incredible things about this program that I absolutely adored. Over delivery beyond belief. If I have to list just one favorite thing, it would be the fact that I learned how to do something I so needed, had absolutely no knowledge about, and wouldn't trust to do on my own. All right, so I want you to hear this. I wish this was video, but I love, and Patricia's got like a really great Irish accent, but it might be a little bit hard to make out, but we'll see how it goes.
I just want to tell you, I've just hired my first VA. She did a week this week, and she's going to do 20 hours a week for me, because then she has other stuff, but that's okay. And I'm going to be talking to another guy later. I couldn't decide between either of them. Oh my God, you have completely transformed my life and my business, and I am so grateful. And I've been telling people about you and your work, so this is amazing, and I do feel like a new person, and the potential of things that can just unfold now that I don't have to kind of think about the random stuff that's not being done. Thank you.
And listen to Marian.
With your course, it was so well done, like step by step. Now you do this, and you can use this example to do that. You can just copy and paste our Trello board. You can just use this Google Sheet. You know, I had never worked with Google Sheets. I learned so much from that, and actually just copied and using it. That helped me so much. Actually, I think that's, well, apart from finding my perfect VA, that was like my favorite part, that I got to learn so much. If your intention is, and it's going to be harsh, if you want to play small, that's okay too, but then you're not a CEO, and then you should not do it. But if you really want to get your message out, you have to grow, and you need a VA for that. You cannot just keep doing all these small tasks yourself. That's such a waste of time and your talent.
So Marian just last week, or maybe Nico, what was it like? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago, whatever. Marian's from from the Netherlands. She flew to the Philippines to meet her VA in real life, which I'm so jealous of because she beat me to it. But needless to say, things are going so well for her.
So this course is the #1 game changer in my business for this year, and I believe in the past 5 years, because now I can execute on the strategy. Now I can be in my zone of genius. I've read all the books that talk about it, but to actually live it is a different story. So this course is life-changing.
And Lindsay ended up hiring 2 VAs, and they're still going strong. Here's Dan.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is that, I know this is a system to hire people, but it's really a system to grow your business. And like you really cannot grow your business until you have people working for you. And it's extremely difficult to hire a VA, and it's scary. So having like the little spoon-fed tasks to go through and just taking the bite-sized pieces one step at a time, it really makes it easier. So no, I can't recommend the program enough. It really has changed our business, and like both Nicole and I, what we're working on in our business is completely different than what we've been working on a few months ago. So it's been amazing.
Thank you, Dan. Let's check in with Belinda.
I think one of the best parts of this course, from my perspective as being a virtual assistant, is that a lot of people don't know how to delegate, and they don't know how to build systems. And the way that you've laid it out, it's so foolproof. And not only am I getting better at delegating, I also have this whole library of trainings so that I can anticipate. And I told my VA this. I said, we're not doing this so I can replace you. We're doing this so we can bring on another VA, because this business is going to take off. So please don't be threatened by this. Help me build it so that when some of these tasks that you've mastered and you no longer are need to handle them, she can do it or he can do it.
Okay, so I got to say, Belinda has a really successful VA business herself, and she's grown this VA business from her home, and so but she's never really thought of hiring a VA herself. And she was a little bit dubious when she went through this program. One thing I love that she has done with her VA, it was so inspiring, is that one of the first things they did was, I think Belinda had something like 80 blog posts. So her VA went and basically cataloged on a spreadsheet all the blog posts and then grabbed 3 bullet points from each of the blog posts, created a graphic for each of the blog posts, went over to StreamYard because Belinda has a weekly video show that she does, on Facebook called The Rocket Girl. And her VA went and set everything up. So literally all Belinda has to do is go to her computer, press play, and the graphics are there. Her bullet points are there of what she's going to talk about. And she's off to the races. I mean, everything. And then after the fact, the post-production, posting it all over social media, it's amazing. I learn a lot from our CEOs that I'm not doing in my own business. And it's so fun for me. I could listen to people talk about their systems all day long. That's like, talking dirty to me. Okay. I get excited. Okay. So let's do April.
I think this is something that every entrepreneur needs, because I know how entrepreneurs think, right? We're just doing so many things. Even if you already have a team, I would suggest, even if you already have a VA and you think you've got that part down, I still would recommend this course because of the systems and the step-by-step process that you thought of everything. And so even if you already have a VA or 2 or a team, I think the course is relevant no matter where you are on that scale, because you're going to learn systems and you're going to learn a communication style method that's going to work with anybody that you bring on board.
Okay. And let's do Heather.
I would absolutely recommend it regardless of what stage you're at. Because it's all the things that you really need to leverage. So I wrote a list here. I want to rattle this off, just some of the things I've been able to do. So the first is I finally launched my podcast. I added 400 people to my list in 30 days. I have added 92 people to my Facebook group in the last 30 days. I've closed, just hard number, $20,000 in business in the last 2 weeks. Finally start focusing on revenue producing activities. Oh, I'm currently training my 2 VAs on sales call processes, which I know will leverage, in the future. Everything is systematized. Everything is now, it's like a fixed time investment. Yeah. So those are just and I actually love my business again, which I think cannot be overstated. That is a huge thing to be able to say. So thank you.
And let's see, who are we missing? We need Lauren.
This Front Row CEO course was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, you just so over-delivered that I started reconsidering everything I've ever done, because I'm thinking to myself, if Jen is delivering this much, how am I going to do all this stuff? It's absolutely great. Your style of answering questions fits me perfectly, because everything that you say, when somebody asks you a question about any topic in your course or anything that you're involved with, your answers are so concise, they're so practical, and they're so thorough in that they go beyond just what someone asked, because you know enough about whether or not their question is what they really wanted or if it was something else. And I would recommend this course to anybody that is looking to organize themselves, that is looking to grow their business, that's looking to make life easier, and that's looking to really look in the mirror and realize the reality of what you need to do to get your business going.
And I think we have one more. Christine.
Hi, my name is Christine Sinclair, and my company is called Your Business Advantage. I just wanted to let you know that I took Jen's and Nika's Front Row CEO program, and I can't say enough about it. The systems that she had put into place, all bite-sized, extremely detailed, walked you through holding your hand through the whole process. And even the side tutorials that Nika put together to show you how to streamline your business and make it more profitable while you were trying to do your VA. it changed my business and the way I carry out projects now. The VA program was fantastic. I have never taken a class so detailed, so on point that what needed to be done. And I can't tell you how much I'm pleased that I was able to be a part of this beta program. I would recommend this to anybody. I have a very small business, and you would have thought, oh, I don't need a VA. It's altered everything that I'm doing now, because now I can actually work on my business instead of in my business. And it's not taking big chunks of money out of my life, and it's all because of what they've put together. I would highly recommend this to anybody who is looking to do something more with their business than keeping it small.
Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with more testimonials. We do have a whole page dedicated to all the case studies so that you could see, like, these aren't a few like exceptions. I would say that the vast majority of the people who went through Front Row CEO the last time had great success in finding their perfect match VA. So are you ready? Are you ready for the mic drop bonus? Seriously, my heart is beating out of my chest. Okay, are you ready? I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, Nika, are we ready? All right. Okay, so here is the deal. Last time we ran this program, and this is how I know that this is possible and we can deliver this to you. The last time we ran this program, we decided to surprise. First, we wanted to see if we could do it. So we ran through, we did all of our due diligence, and we presented our VAs who were ready, our CEOs who were ready with a fully vetted VA, meaning we posted the job posting, we took them through the whole system, and we interviewed them with one preliminary interview. We then contacted the CEO and said, we have a VA who we think is a good match for your business. And, but we made sure that they had already finished the course, that they already had a VA lined up to interview, because this part is very important. So everybody who buys this course today, and everybody who has already purchased up to this point, because I know everybody's going to say, what about me? I bought last week. Everybody who has already purchased this course, this will also apply to you as well. It's known as a stacking bonus. But with an offer like this, you can imagine that there's going to be a little bit of fine print, but I'm not making the fine print so fine because I want it to be loud and clear. These are the conditions for this bonus. This will only be available to you, obviously, after you complete the course, but you already have to have at least one interview scheduled with a virtual assistant who you have run through the whole system. And the offer is only good for 1 week after we finish the course, because it's all about timing, because we have to make sure that we interview them. That we do everything we need to do, and that when they're good, when they're ready to go and processed, we can't wait 2 or 3 weeks and have them sort of sitting on ice. These are human beings, and so we have to honor their time as well. So, but it's completely doable. Again, we've done this before. The only difference is we did it as a surprise. We never guaranteed this. We never promised it. It was a surprise. And then we don't guarantee the VA. So we're going to make the best match that we can. We're going to vet them as fully as we can, but you're going to interview them as well. And then you will put them in a trial. You'll put them in a trial week. So just want to make sure that that is crystal clear. But this is obviously an incredible value. And when I did this the last time, I shared this with an industry friend of mine, and he said, Jen, there's a company that does this, and they charge $3,000 per candidate. He's like, you could totally do this. Well, I have no interest in running a business where that's all I do, but I just want you to know that that is the value of this bonus. So let's just review all of the bonuses. You get the complete CEO training program, $2,977 value. Bonus number 1, the complete tutorials and templates for all of the systems that I use in my business, which is a $1,000 value. Bonus number 2, Front Row VA. That's a course that we've made as a graduation bonus for your VA so that you guys are on the same page, that they're being trained in the same way that you're being trained. Front Row CEO content planning system, if there's any left. I don't know how many people have purchased while we've been on the call. There were 3 left before we jumped on. And finally, we're going to provide a vetted VA, and that is a value of $3,000. So the whole package is well over $8,000. And to be honest with you, I'm not shy to say that I wouldn't blush or wince to tell you that this had a value of $20,000. I mean, what is the value of getting your life back? And you know what I mean? So it's like these numbers sometimes are really kind of arbitrary. It's the value is the value that it means to you and that it brings into your life and into your business. All right. So I know at this point you're just like, get to it already, Jen. What is it going to cost? So everybody's telling me that I'm way undercharging this, and I know that I am, but because it really is that good, and the results that you're going to create for yourself are huge. So I'm not going to charge $8,000. I'm only going to charge $997. So you have a couple of options. You could do payments, like 3 payments of $347 or 1 payment of $997. And you're just going to go to frontrowceo.com to do that. All right, so let's go over what's going to happen after you click that Buy Now button. So that's what the button looks like on the page over at frontrowceo.com. There's 2 of them, one for 1 payment, one for 3 payments, the 3 payment option. And then you're going to get to the checkout page. You know, normally I don't ask, or it used to be I didn't ask for like mailing address, but I want you to give me your mailing address because I like to send stuff snail mail. And then you're going to come to a confirmation page. It looks like this. And then you want to check your email, and there'll be an email from me and there'll be an email from Kajabi. Save both of those. Okay. Then this is what it looks like to sign into the program. And this is what it's going to look like. There's not going to be much there. Well, there won't really be anything there because everything is going to begin on February the 19th. So on the morning of the 19th, you will see content there. So again, you get started today, frontrowceo.com. You choose the 3 payment option or the single pay. And now is the fun part where I get to answer any questions that you have. There's a 20-minute timer there, but you know, I'm happy to stay until the last question is answered. And if I don't have any questions, I'm happy to leave before that timer goes off. So let me put my face. I want to do both. I want to do my face and I want to do the screen. Here we go. It's not working. All right, I'm going to put it back on here. You know I'm here. All right, Jen, I'm in the middle of launching. Let me put this on the screen. I see that there's 48 comments, so or questions. So I'm going to start with the ones that I see. So Jen says, I'm in the middle of launching planning and content creation mode. So can I take on the course too? Plus, I'm learning and launching Facebook ads for the first time. I'd hate to overcommit myself. What are the specific systems and processes included? So they're all on the webpage, and because I can't rattle them off unless I'm reading them, Jen. But in terms of the overwhelm, everything is on replay. So I would just say that it is nicer to have to be live because, you know, your questions get answered live, but we still answer all the questions inside the course. So, you know, it does sound like you have a lot going on, but just understand that you don't have to be on the live calls in order to get the value of the program. And let's see here. Annette says, wow, wow, wow. That's the reaction I wanted. Thank you. And also, I like that reaction. Woo, woo, woo. Jen says, no, my heart is beating out of my chest. Okay. Okay. All right. Nika, do you see any questions? I'm seeing lots of nice comments, but I want to get to the questions. It doesn't look like there's no questions. You can unmute yourself so I can hear you.
No questions, Jen.
All right. I'm going to wait here for a minute. So Jen, now since we have time, I'm going to go back. I don't want to leave the slide deck. So let me go to the page. Should we already have a solid product before this training? I mean, you should have a business, you know? I mean, if you don't have a business, then I don't think there would be any reason for this. I mean, you should have an offer. Should you have a product? I don't know. But, you know, that's a whole other webinar. I mean, we should all have at least, you know, 2 or 3 offers, and we should be offering them regularly. What is the time commitment of the course and process of hiring? What is the time commitment of the course and process of hiring? Well, I would say realistically, you know, minimally, a couple of hours a week. I mean, but there's 2 implementation weeks when we don't have, when you're not going to get any new content. You're just going to have time to work, catch your breath. And on that note, we drip out this content. And that is, you know, I was really on the fence about that when I first ran the program because I didn't know, like I am a person, when I buy a course, I just want it all there because I know that, I mean, because I'm a fast worker and I just like, I'm going to do it. Like, you know, if you give me all the content, I'm good with that and I'm going to tackle it. But I'm kind of a crazy person, and you might be a person who's that way as well. But what I found when we surveyed all of our CEOs after the last round, they overwhelmingly, like 97% of the people said that they like that it was dripped and that we should continue that. Because if I were to unlock all of the content the minute that you came in, I think you would have a heart attack. Not that there's so much. It's just, if you notice in all those testimonials, what everybody said over and over again was step by step, hand holding, detail, templates. Oh, my favorite one. Let's see, where's Saran? You got to see Saran's. How is Saran's not in here? Oh my gosh. Nika, can you send me the link to Saran's video? Because what she says is like so spot on. I can't believe I don't have it here. Anyway, so that's the feedback, is that it's so step by step, it's so specific. And so the lessons I've kept very short, 6 minutes, but that means that there's a lot of lessons. So you do very, micro little things. And as Saran, you'll see Saran says in a moment, at the end of it, you're basically spat out the other end of the system. Whether, I move you along very nicely. So Jen, a couple hours a week minimally, is what I would say. So I know I need a VA, but I told myself I don't have time to do it, but I imagine this will actually save me time in the long run and help me hire now rather than after my launch. Yeah, I don't want to push you, Jen, because only you know, like, your limits and, the way you tick. I would just say that it is sort of, it's a catch-22 because it's like you're going into a launch. It's not ideal. I mean, it's not ideal to like be learning something new, and they're not really going to be able to benefit. It doesn't sound like they're not going to be able to benefit you right now because your launch is right around the corner. But when you launch it again, you're going to be in really good shape. And I don't think you want to wait another year to take the course. So, okay. Also, access. Let me talk about that. So, you have lifetime access to the content forever. So all the trainings, all of that. And then if you, after the program's over and the Facebook group stays alive for a bit, for a few months, I think we stayed open afterwards. And then, when we launch the course again, then you have the option to run through the live cycle again for a much reduced rate. So for the beta people, they did what we call a reboot. So they're running through a second time for $97. Now they're not getting all the bonuses and stuff, but they're running through all the live stuff again for $97, I think it was. So that's how that works. Okay, live launching March 30th, so I have time. All right then. Well, that sounds great. So Annette says, Anika, are you checking all the Facebook groups for comments for questions? Thank you. My question is, I provide various services to my 4 current VA clients. One of them is growing and wants to do all of the stuff you're talking about. Since I don't know how to help them get content out, promote them, etc., they're going to hire other VAs. I want this business. Can I learn this to offer other clients? I am so confused, Annette. I'm sorry. I think you said it perfectly well, but my brain is not wrapped, or I'm not understanding. Nika, do you understand that question? Or are you reading something else? Okay, sorry, I took her off guard. Okay, my question is, you provide various services to your 4 current VA clients. So you're a VA and they're your clients? They're your clients. And one of them is growing and wants to do all the stuff you're talking about. Okay, what stuff? And since I don't know how to help them get content out, so like marketing and stuff, and promote them, they were going to hire other VAs. You don't want them to go find, I got it. You're a VA. They're wanting more than just like, booking calls and calendar management and inbox management. They want a VA who's going to help them do marketing stuff and all that. So, okay. So can you learn to offer this to the clients? Okay. So I have another course called Front Row VIP. I mean, it's a membership site that's not open. That's where you learn like marketing, I don't currently have a blog, podcast marketing. So that's where you learn that stuff. For your own VA, could you find someone to do that stuff for you? Yes, you could find a general VA to put through this process to do a lot of that stuff for you. But what you're probably going to end up doing, since you yourself don't have knowledge of this stuff, is that you're going to have to sort of decide what you want. So let's say you're like, I want to have I want to have a blog, or I want to have, or whatever. You're going to have to find trainings for them, show them what it is that you want, and basically reverse engineer it. So like you would buy a training or a course for them, let them learn it, let them create that system as you develop it in your business. And then that's how you could make that work. Minimally though, without that huge, I don't know, not huge, but like that could be your long-term goal. But in the short term, for you to be able to have just your own person to help free up a lot of the current tasks you're doing with your current VAs, your current clients. Now, if you can teach them, systemize some things, get them doing some of that work, okay, at a fraction of what you're charging your clients, you now have space to grow your agency a lot. So there's room for leverage there, even without offering a whole bunch of other services to your clients, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm looking through the comments. Yeah, Kim, thank you. Run, don't walk. Chief Front Row CEO. I am not quite naked and afraid, but I am in my pajamas and afraid. I like this too. Kim says, I'm so glad you busted the myth that I have to have all my processes in place before I hire a VA. Yes, right. That's the thing. It's like cleaning the house before the cleaning crew gets there. You know, it's this mentality that like, oh my gosh, I have to have everything in place because it's just going to be too confusing. And that's not the case at all. So Jen, the pay in full bonuses are the planner was a pay in full bonus. And when you pay in full, I think you save like $100. And the, we're not going to make the vetted VA pay in full, but that is only for the people doing the full program. That is not for our rebooters. So Connie, did I miss a follow-up from you? Let me see here. Let me see. Because I don't think you answered my question about the business. Oh, you said thank you. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. Did you find Saran's video, Nika?
I posted it in the chat.
In the chat.
But yeah.
Okay,
There's no subtitles.
That's all right.
Just the plain video.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Huh. It's like I can't get it. I know what I can do. I can come back to me and then download it. 2 seconds, guys. But I do want you to hear what Saran has to say. Continue. Connie, probably a year, like in a year. I mean, but don't hold me to that. You know what I mean? This launch it's the first time I've done the launch to this magnitude. So I just need to see how sane I am when it's over. If my family has completely crumbled and left me, you know, if they've all like hit the road and ditched me, you know, all those sorts of things. So who knows? But the way I feel now, I'm thinking a year sounds about right. I mean, not that I'm feeling badly, but it's a lot. Okay. It's making me log. All right, I got it. Hold on. Saran. Oh, choose file. There she is. Okay, here we go.
What I loved about the program was that you have this flow chart that takes you, it sort of sweeps you. So as soon as you get to the point where psychologically you're right, okay, I'm doing this, and you post your ad on the site, you get swept along in this process that just, you know, you move on to the next step. You know exactly what you're doing. It's really easy to follow. There's templates. You just sort of plug and play, and you're swept along until eventually you're spat out the other end with a VA.
Okay, and she was spat out with 2 VAs, and she did a trial, you know, because we do the trial week. She did a trial with 6. They were so good. She had such good results that she ended up doing a trial with 6. Jen, to answer your question, So unless you're looking for a specialist, in most cases, by the time when we do this, we know all of our CEOs, right? So, and also we're not looking, and we don't advise you either to be like, must be familiar with ConvertKit, must be familiar with, Kajabi. We're not looking necessarily for people like that. We're looking for general VAs for you who have the ability that we think, based on our interviewing, would be a good general VA. But that's why there is that fine print. It's because, that's really just part of it in order to really maximize having this VA. If you don't know if you don't know the system and you haven't really worked through all the modules, then it won't be sustainable once you hire them, because certain things have to be in place. And maybe we will have some sort of like very generic questionnaire. Like I said, this was just sort of a like, I've got a great idea, but bonus. So, we might put together some very simple form, but we don't want a situation where it's like, well, I asked for a VA who knew how to write in cursive, and this woman has terrible handwriting. I mean, we're not gonna be doing that. You know what I mean? So, it's just general VA situation, and you have to have a VA already in your funnel, or in your lined up for an interview, and you're going to throw in the VA that we give into your flow that you have, and we're going to time it so that it fits, that it works that way. So, I like your hat in that picture, Jen. Okay. What's the timer on the slide say? Oh, that timer is gone. The slide's gone. I do want to pull it back up though. Okay, well, we still have 19 people on this webinar. Thank you, Jen. We still have 19 people on this webinar. So either you've walked away from the computer, or there's more you want to hear. There's something that you haven't heard yet that you need to know. So now is the time. What Jen says, what is an expected hourly rate for the general VA? Sure. So what you will find when you go through this process is that people will ask for as little as we have this little calculation. Let me mute you, Nika. Like a little calculation formula thingy that we do, where people will ask you for, you ask them, what are you asking? Like, what is your requested hourly rate? And it will be as low as like $3. Yeah, Johan, am I saying your name right? Or Joanne? I'm sorry. I've spoken to you before, and I know that I'm like slaughtering your name. But yeah, this will be the replay. Wherever you're watching it, when I'm done talking, you're just going to hit play and it'll all start over again. But anyway, they will ask for as little as $3 an hour. But I do not recommend that you pay that little. So you're going to start what is that noise? Oh, it's that alarm. It works. Okay. So on the page, it was that countdown timer. We recommend that you start at no less than $4 an hour, or $4.50 an hour for that trial week. And then, okay, Nika just said there's one spot left for a pay in full if you want the content planning system. That is a hard copy planner that is gorgeous, luxurious, and it's more than a planner. It's a system, and it gets delivered to your front door. And you could go to frontrowceo.com/planner if you want to know more about it, but I don't really think you have time. So $4.50 an hour. And now you have room to give raises every step of the way. You've got a lot of room. So your VA is growing with you. As you start to make money, your VA starts to make money. And then you can offer, other kinds of bonuses and surprises and stuff like that. Okay. So, well, it'll be open till Tuesday, Jen. So you go ahead and just come back and click whenever. Do you have a personality test for VA and CA? I do not do the personality test thing, Connie. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's just I've never needed to do that. I know that's a big thing with the ENTGI and stuff. I don't know anything about it, so I can't really speak to that. And it looks like I might be getting texted with some questions. Okay. If you message me with a question, no. Okay. Thank you. Phyllis was in the first round and is doing the reboot. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Rada. And everybody, if you didn't get your coffee, make sure we've added 1 hour onto the Starbucks card, and it's in the group. So Nico will put a link to the Facebook group where the Starbucks card is. But please do me a favor and take a picture of what you get, because I want to see, and I want you to tag me and add hashtag front row CEO. And that's it. Oh, I got somebody on. We're getting tagged. Yay, people are buying coffee. I'm so happy. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, if there's no more questions, then we're going to head out. But again, carts close Tuesday. If you buy today, you're going to get the vetted VA bonus. Okay. And that is good through the end of today. And if you've purchased already, you're going to get that bonus as well. Okay. And, oh, Caroline, thank you so much. Thank you. All right. I think this is really it this time. It's like, hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay. All right. All right. I think this is it, Nika. I'm going to hang up now. Okay. Do you see any questions on your end? Nika. She must have me muted. Nika. Okay. Bye, guys.